nipple tape, so if they beam during the show, you got to blur that.
You get a little Andrew Cuomo.
Well, I like how before we started, before you got here, Kerrigan was like, "Oh, I got to do laundry today. I got nothing." And I look over and I'm like, "Oh yeah, thanks for dressing up in your fucking undershirt, dude."
This is in my life where it is right now. This is a regular undershirts are regular.
This is your show prep.
Dude, I had shoes with holes in them working the other day, and I got called out in the elevator by some upper west side, like old school like snobbery, like, "Oh, so those are your shoes, huh?" And I was like, they're right. You know what I mean? I felt like I shouldn't have holes in my shoes.
What a piece of shit person, though, to be like, the help. Look how, as they're carrying shopping bags up to their apartment in the elevator.
I mean, I'm white, but I'm still, to them, I'm Irish, so they're like, they don't count.
I respect it. People need to be looked down upon, and just you need to be put in your place.
There needs to be a little bit of shame. I need a little bit of shame.
Because if you would have not have changed, you would have not bought new shoes if you were not shamed, correct?
Yeah, and if I fall asleep on the train with the clothes I have, they're like, this guy's homeless.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sorry. I wore sweatpants 5 days in a row, but if they were Sean John sweatpants, you wouldn't have a problem with it.
I don't know where you're going.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall? No? Nobody?
Yeah,
the greatest romantic comedy of all time? Okay.
I'm scooting over here.
You don't know? Okay. All right. Great. All right.
Welcome back to Three White Guys in Hats. No, sorry.
I'm actually upset that usually I'm the only one who wears a hat on the pod because my hair's so long and it's fresh out of the shower, not combed. Yeah. But we're all wearing hats today, and that's a great place to start it. So welcome back to Sea Otter Town Hall, episode 22, with my co-host, as always, Michael T. Kerrigan, and our guest today, Adam the Wildcat Gulley. Welcome to the show, baby.
I like welcome, Adam.
You like that?
I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I just come up on the spot with it. We're excited to have you here, ready to rock and roll, which we've already kind of started because I'm going to include that whole nipple tape fiasco that you just did. I appreciate that.
Your Cuomos. Yeah.
Yeah, your Cuomos are showing, dude.
Your Cuomos are showing. Don't embarrass me in New York City like that.
He's going to war with CNN. He's calling them out for all sorts of stuff that he knows about.
Chris?
Andrew or Chris? I'm talking about
Chris.
Nipples, the mayor.
Oh, yeah. He's got the piercings.
Or governor.
He's got the piercings.
Andrew.
Yeah,
Chris is going after CNN.
Chris is going after CNN hardcore. That's going to be a dirty game going
Wait, Andrew Cuomo has his nipples pierced?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a freak.
I thought we were just doing a fun thing where we were referring to nipples as Andrew Cuomo's, which I kind of like.
He wore a golf polo, not as this cool, but
trying to show your nipples off.
Yeah. And he wore a white one, and it was like during COVID, and he had those like bells, like going through it. So that guy is into some. He's into some wild stuff.
Like, there's no way he's like on the level. You know what I mean?
No.
He likes abuse.
We've talked about this, that to be the son of a governor and then the governor yourself, he's never been held accountable for anything.
No.
This is the first time he's ever been held accountable for anything. So I'm sure he's got like little chains connecting his nipples, doing weird stuff, just like living his life.
Normal things don't do it for you at that price point, right? So not only do you have money, you have New York power, right? And you grew up in it, okay? So it's not even... So he probably had, from puberty on, everything was catered to him. So that's why he's just got barbells through his nipples.
Dude, that's what they say about celebrities is like once you're a celebrity and like you've slept with like every woman you've ever fantasized about, now you have to not only be gay, but you have to try to turn straight men gay it's like almost like a power thing.
Well, like a plan of yours or what? What's going on here?
No, I heard that's
he's hoping
honestly,
to get famous one day.
I've heard that story. I've heard Bert Kreischer tell that story about Will Smith.
Oh no! Well, there's there's
like
the bit,
this, and then it's a whole thing with celebrities.
Openly gay?
I think he's like privately.
No, he just
bisexual. Maybe
he's just trying to get away from Jada at all costs. No, like
that's
there's the Mick Jagger, David Bowie theory. Have you heard that?
No.
So they've had sex with every single like woman basically on this planet. That they just looked at each other and were basically like, "You wanna?" So in the 80s, they had sex. Apparently, it wasn't for them. But they did so many things that they're just like, this is the only thing that's new. So they just did it.
Is David Bowie, was he gay?
No, I think David Bowie's not of this
fluid.
earth. He's fluid. He's not.
Actually, you know what? That's a funny thing. Not to go completely into this, but we were talking about this before you got here, where I saw this super cool theory or this video. I don't know if you're a conspiracy theory guy or like an alternate, like weird theory guy.
I'll dabble.
Yeah. So I saw it and I've never thought about it, but it said, so have you heard about the Fermi paradox?
No.
So the Fermi paradox, I believe that's what it's called, is that with the size of the universe and like our advanced technology and how much we've seen of the universe, that based on its size, statistically, we should have discovered other advanced like beings at this point, right? And the fact that we haven't either means that like it's like a paradox, because like statistically it means that we're the only ones, which is kind of crazy, or that like there are ones, but they're like hiding from us, like they're being like not visible. So I saw this theory that's kind of related to it, that someone said like, I have a theory that Earth is a prison planet, that like, you know, generations, like thousands of years ago, like similar to Australia, that advanced civilizations were like, yo, humans are violent. They have tendencies for violence. They don't get along. They can't live in our peaceful society. We're going to send them to Earth, which is the Australia of the universe.
I love it.
And we're just going to let them live in their, you know, their Earth prison planet. And that, there we go. Dude, I saw that and I was like, this is so ridiculous. But I also started thinking, I was like, makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
What Reddit thread did you find this on?
I was on
a planet of wild boys, just being over here.
It was actually on the Call Her Daddy Reddit.
They're into conspiracy theories.
Yeah, it's really taken a turn since they left Barstool.
Oh my god, yeah. What's going on with Julia Fox and Kanye? Yeah, no, that's the biggest conspiracy they have in their life. You know, this is Prison Planet.
I need like more with my conspiracy. Like the guy on the train, he goes, 9/11 never happened. No explanation. Like, that's the conspiracy I want now. A guy just sticking with it. He's like, it never happened. I'm like, what about the buildings? And then he just...
I would follow that guy
leaves
from train car from train car to train car, just being like, expand.
Yeah. He was just looking to hit somebody. You know, that was his start off line. Because someone's going to be like, what do you mean? He's bang.
He's just dropping bars.
Yeah.
Dude, it might be worse. If the advanced civilizations came back, like they're like, hey, you guys have had like, you've been in prison now for 100,000 or 1,000,000 years. We're going to come back, check in on you. All they would have to do is like watch TikTok influencers like pranking people and be like, oh guys, it's gotten way worse. This is way worse than we thought it could get. Honestly.
They're eating each other. Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, there might be an advanced civilization on the Earth, but we're too busy filming ourselves to look outward. Right? So, like, what if there were actually aliens amongst us and they're just looking at us and we're just like canceled and we're just,
Adam, there are aliens among us and they're in positions of power and they're lizards. Okay. True. So their names are Hillary and Bill Clinton, and that's all we'll say about that.
Okay. I feel like you're poking a bear over here.
Dude, I know you and Kerrigan are of the same, cut from the same.
No.
Kilt, you know.
Why are you doing this? What is this? Like we have money? Yeah.
I'm massaging.
Don't put me and Kerrigan in the same, but that's cloth. How dare you?
Yeah, I don't know Adam's views.
I don't know him.
Okay, well, you know, I know.
I don't even assume his gender. Okay, so how are you going to tell me?
Speaking of
either
genders,
do women for that matter. How about some respect?
What are your
ladies?
Pronouns, sir? What
I'm
are your
a
political
man.
leanings? What are you? Yeah, no, I don't. I don't. No,
Not only Kerrigan's at the point where he doesn't identify as he, him. He identifies as what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Identifies angry.
Yeah. You gotta be angry, man.
What are your pronouns? So you would go by he, him. Is like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're saying.
He, him is yelling again.
That's
all the people that oppose him. No, yeah, I mean that's. Yeah, no, I didn't even want to go down that fucking rabbit hole.
We usually stay away from it. Mike and I. Mike falls in all the time. Every podcast.
I'm politically homeless, so I have no. But it's just everything just goes left and right all the time. It doesn't even matter.
I'm not gonna lie. We are 12 minutes in, so it's actually quicker than we usually fall into it. But no, I mean 12 minutes. We've already hit conspiracies, and yeah,
I think we covered
let's
it all.
do a rundown. Adam, just let the people know where you're from. You know, you're.
Okay.
This is no plan. You know, really just we didn't do that at all.
Professional.
We usually plug at the end, but hey, listen, we're a very free podcast, so if you want to plug now, I mean, it's up to you.
We need a little background from Chicago, right?
Chicago comedian. Follow me at Adam Gulley on Instagram.
We usually plug at the end, but
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
Because they're going to tune out after we talk about
that. Is true, definitely.
all of our white things up there. From the Midwest originally, and been in New York a couple years, and met this guy not too long ago, and so just been bouncing around the scene. So thanks for having me, guys.
All right, well, welcome.
I love that. You really sold yourself on that, and welcome to the Sea Otter Town Hall. Hell yeah. So I had a question. So Chicago, you're a big drinker. It is, dude, it is hot in here, by the way. Are you hot? I've had like 3 sips of a White Claw, and I am sweating already.
But you had coffee, and then you had White Claw.
I did.
So it's
Not
dangerous. Good. Yeah, your blood pressure is through the roof.
I also did CrossFit this morning, so I'm back on the CrossFit train.
Okay, so he's talking about politics being how often does he drop the CrossFit?
He needs to plug it constantly.
Yeah.
Every day.
Vegans and CrossFit. Those are the things that he's not a vegan, but it's basically within that, just being like, I'm that.
Yeah, dude. I just started up again. I used to do it in Boston.
I hope you never get famous. Can you imagine the name drops
that
Dylan would do if he was...
Can I tell you, though? I started doing it, and I talked to my mom, and I told her a couple days ago, I was like, hey, I started doing CrossFit again. I signed up for this gym, and she literally said to me, she goes, all right, just, don't get obsessed. Not everybody wants to talk about CrossFit all the time. And I was like, oh, you know me so well.
No, Mom, I was doing cleans and snatches today. I hit my PRs.
So it's a Tabata. It's 20 seconds of work.
My EMOM score was, oh, God.
Everybody's checking out.
AMRAM. God. This is not for anybody.
But Chicago, big drinking town. You grew up in Chicago.
No, I did not.
Where did you grow up?
I thought we were friends. No, I grew up in Moline, Illinois, which is about 3 hours west of Chicago. And it's where John Deere started, John Deere tractors. And it's not like a rural area. It's like 45,000 people there.
Okay.
And, excuse me, no comedy scene there. But after college, started doing comedy. And, went to Chicago, and it's just such a booze bag town. And that was actually my big sort of thing of, because whenever you're a comedian, right, and you do that, and you either make Los Angeles or New York to get reps, and like Los Angeles is just more driving, and also the people in LA. But I was just like, I'm gonna get a DUI if I go to LA. I'm like, regardless of like whatever my age is, I was like, this is just because everywhere from spots, it's like an hour and a half drive. You get stuck in traffic. I don't like marijuana. I don't care. And I was like, over here is very similar to like what Chicago is, because Chicago is a boozing town. Because regardless of where it is, what's so cool about Chicago is, so it gets negative temperatures, right? And there's always like a neighborhood bar at the end of each block. And what happens is, regardless if they don't even know you, right? You show up there and it's negative temperatures, and they're like, "Hey!" Almost like Norm from Cheers.
You made it.
You made it.
Thank you.
We got another one of us, and then you get a Guinness, you get a Jameson, you do something like that in old style, and then you're fast friends with people. They get that Midwest sort of charm that you don't sort of get from other places, and so that was really cool with Chicago. And then the flip side, in summer, it's the best city in the summertime because. As you know, sort of in New York, like once it sort of becomes warm, people freak out, right?
Oh yeah,
and
which we had yesterday here in New York.
Oh my God,
65. It's my favorite day of the year, where all the ladies, it's first of all the weather's beautiful, and then all the ladies wear sundresses and tank tops for the first time all year. Oh, it's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day.
Regardless of where they came from, every girl was Dominican yesterday.
Oh wow. Yeah, there was a lot of.
I was like, it was belly shirts. It was that everything was coming out. Everybody had all of a sudden they had like little streaks in their hair, and I'm just like, how did everyone know it was going to be 70 degrees? It's
beautiful. It's a beautiful time.
Everyone was doing the bachata. I was like, what is going on here? I'm like, New York is happening. It's a. Things are going here, right? But Chicago, it's a similar thing. You got Lake Michigan there, Wrigley. There's festivals everywhere. There's outdoor street vendors. Everyone's just so thrilled because you've just been hunkered down. New York, same thing. And like that was almost like the coming out day yesterday. I don't know if were you out yesterday too? And you saw that as well?
It was wild. I thought there was like there may have been. There was like a
carnival
or something.
Dude, I actually, you know what I want to do this summer? I've never experienced it in New York because of COVID, but I want to hit some parades.
Why?
New York City's a big parade town,
Yeah.
We actually just missed. I had an opportunity to go to St. Patty's Day parade, and I did not take advantage of that. But I want to hit some parades like the Puerto Rican Day parade. I heard is super fun.
Yeah,
that's the only one. The Gay Pride parade. I've never been, but I heard people like that.
I did go to a parade. Did you go to the Ukrainian parade?
Was that a protest or a parade?
I stand with Ukraine. I just want to make that.
All right. Hey, you know, we don't. I
just want to make it sure that I'm an ally.
I appreciate that. You know, we take stances on this. We don't take stances on this podcast, but sometimes we can.
War
is wrong. Mike, would you like to also say that war is wrong and you stand with Ukraine?
But I think aren't we trying to like gear up for war? Isn't that what we're trying to do?
Oh,
like,
no, that's what I said.
Wrong,
No, we're pro-war here.
Okay.
No. We want Raytheon to make money. I'm whatever we can do.
I saw a picture
for
today.
Ukraine. Puerto Rican Day parade, Ukrainian parade. Let's do it all. You know,
the big three.
If the Puerto Ricans are for Ukrainian war with Russia, I'm for it.
I saw a picture today, and it was a bunch of it was like 150 like F-18s or whatever, those jets, you know, and they were all lined up, and it was like a proud to be an American thing, and they were like, you want war, and then above it said, it's like, you don't want war with the U.S., this is why we don't have health care, and it was all those F-18s, and I was like, I'd rather have universal health care, I think. I'd rather be able to go to the doctor than this just in case fucking dick swinging contest.
I've never had MiGs fly over and been like, I'm conflicted. You know, they made you think with their banner.
Yeah, like everyone knows what MiGs are all of a sudden, and we're all like, we need MiGs.
Oh.
I'm like, some of those people don't know what that is. I'm like, what is that? They're like, is it a fruit?
No.
Dude, what did I say? I think I sent
funny.
this to you, and it said, it was a tweet. I don't know who said it. I forget, but I saw it, and it said, it was like, I spent the last 8 months proudly serving as an expert in.
I said,
yeah. It was like
it was Robbie Slowick.
In,
the very funny comic. Yeah, and writer.
COVID and autoimmune disease, and I'm now taking my talents to international border warfare
and no fly zones.
I'll now be spending the next 6 months as an expert in no fly zones.
Oh man,
that's what was so hilarious. It's just like I have a bros level.
Do you want another?
Oh please, yeah. I have a bros level degree in World War II. Any sort of any Top Gun level.
Dude, I gave you the wrong one. Passion fruit's trash, dude. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Like military level of expertise that I have, and so it's very funny of, regardless of like what you think of or even care, right, about what's going on over there. Who knows? But it's very funny seeing people who, are vegans and who are. We're so shop at food markets and all of a sudden are like. Like you said, talking about MiGs and be like
we gotta get in there, baby.
Anti-aircraft, like we need to give them our nukes. And you're just like, what? I was like, how did you leapfrog everybody?
Dude,
and all of a sudden now you know way more about anything than anybody has.
You know what has now become totally acceptable?
Yeah.
People are because of total ignorance in America is no boots on the ground. It's going to be a straight bombing campaign. They're like, oh well, yeah, that's fine. Dude, straight bombing campaigns are fine. No boots on. You just got to say at the top thing, like, I just want people to know I'm against boots on the ground. Just firebomb them. Just napalm the villages. Fine.
Jesus, dude.
No, that's true.
I know.
It's dead true.
Dude, just spray and pray.
Because I heard Hannity saying
spray
that.
And spray and pray.
That's how Hannity was like, I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good guy. No boots. Just bomb the hell out of them.
It's crazy.
Jeez.
Or you know what they think is cool? Drone strikes. They're like, no, it was what do they call it? Not precision. They're like, it was a clinical drone strike. Like when we bombed that family of like volunteers. Yeah. There was 9 children that all they do is voluntarily like feed people. Like it was a mistake. I'm like, dude.
No, dude, spilling milk at the dinner table is a mistake.
Drone striking
murdering
families.
a wedding party is a little bit more than a mistake.
Didn't we do that one time? Didn't the U.S. government like mow down a wedding?
Yeah, they thought that there was like a terrorist at the wedding and they just bombed the entire wedding.
No, I like people too who it's like
Obama.
They won't stop talking about how they went to the Bahamas or Mexico, but then all of a sudden. we all know the intricacies of the Eastern Bloc.
Yeah.
You know, it just being like, I was like, I've never crossed the Atlantic. I know nothing of any sort of it. I was like, why can't I just be an idiot and be ignorant of like anything that's going on over there?
Yeah.
And what, you know, it's like I barely know what the hell is going on here. So how are we going to know what's going on a world, like many time zones away from us? Currently, you know.
Well, I'll tell you this: while I was in Aruba, I don't know if I told you I went to Aruba. I did watch
that in there.
I did watch a YouTube video, a 12-minute YouTube video about the Eastern European Bloc and how we've. So I am a bit of an expert, I think, at this point.
Yeah. No, I think so. I think
obviously.
Yeah. So you're big, yeah.
Yeah, it's someone like.
Tell me more about Zelensky and, and Putin.
Dude, he's gonna fucking zoom into the Oscars and be like, "Please help us."
Oh yeah.
Someone was like giving me a lecture about like. Because I was like, I don't want to go to like any of these wars anymore, and they were like, how wrong that is
to not be.
Yeah, and someone who would never fight. First of all, I would never fight for this country at this point, but that's like a controversial stance now. If you're like, I don't want to do any foreign wars, so like, nah, we need to be over there. Like, it's weird because it's like the left and the right. The right used to be more pro-war. Now it's like they're both. It's like we're just a pro-war nation.
Warhawks.
Like you just name a country, we don't even know about it. Like you show a little TikTok video of like some kid crying, like that's it, dude, get over there.
Well, it's very funny too. A lot of the same sort of, you know. So it's. Well, I mean, it's just a very weird cultural time where it's just like. It'd be like,
what offensive impression are you about to do now?
It's gonna be like. No. I mean, we can even just sort of say like Amy Schumer or something. You know, she's hosting the Oscars, right? She's the perfect sort of thing of this, like you said. So Zelensky's gonna like zoom into the Oscars.
Are you serious?
And so yeah, and so Schumer's gonna get up there and be like, you know, men are the worst and microaggressions, and I just feel like it's not, you know, I don't know, but it's like I feel like people are like coming after me, but we need to bomb the shit out of them. Yeah,
you're dead serious.
And you're just like, well, you're like, whoa, that's a switch of like two different sort of modes where
President Zelensky,
where it's like I don't feel, but it just being like I want peace, I want us to be equal, I want this, but I want the rain of hell going down on everybody at all times, and you're just like, okay, that's.
I want someone to hack that Amy Schumer speech and just play her clips of her calling Patrice O'Neill the N-word with the RR, and she did for like 20 minutes.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I want to see her being like, President Zelensky, what does your bunker smell like? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, no.
Can you show us your abs?
I can totally see her just being like, so Zelensky, would you like finger me or something? Be like, that would be like so awkward. I'd be like, President, like, aren't you supposed to be at war right now? And be like, but why are you like...
She's going to be like, why are you so hot?
Huh? No, she'll be like, oh my God. Be like, forget Putin. Like, remember this clit right here.
She's going to be like, please, ask and beg your government to send us supplies.
He just keeps giving serious messages, and she just keeps making slutty dumb
like,
girl jokes.
Lift up your shirt. Show us your abs.
He's just going to be like, people of America. He goes, please send ammunition, money, supplies, rations. My people are dying. And Amy's like, you know what's dying? My clit. It's got dust on it. Please touch it. No one's been there for a while.
Dude, what a
And then everybody in the crowd's going to be like, yes, queen, she's a hero. And then they're going to like fly Ukrainian flags.
They're going to squeeze her into
and
that
he's gonna,
suit.
And Zelensky's going to be like, what is happening?
I'm predicting it now. When are the Oscars? Is it soon? Like a week or two?
Dude,
I don't know.
Who cares?
Dude, I think Zelensky was a stand-up comedian.
He was.
See, this is all... We're the suckers. This is all... Like kind of like Dylan's weird conspiracy theory. This is all a joke. Like one day they're like, dude, did you believe any of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 years from now.
But what's also sorry to make
the way that we look at like scientists who were like, oh, when they were like the world is flat and the earth was, you know, everything revolves around the earth and not the earth, and we're like, look at these fucking idiots, 200, 300 years ago, 500, whatever. Now in like 300 years they're going to be like, look at these fucking idiots thinking they had a democracy.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, but look, obviously Ronald Reagan was an actor. We had Trump, who was a game show host. Some of the other ones, Bush is, it's just being like, well, my daddy did it, so I can do it. So it's just like, what is the requirement to be like a leader of a country anyway? At the end of the day, obviously you would like someone that's more, but why would you get into politics anyway? Unless you're a loon.
You would like someone who's like reasonable and level-headed, but to even get in that position,
but you wouldn't
have
vote for
to
that
be
person. You wouldn't vote for that
aggressive and like confident and arrogant, like. So you would want this like level-headed thinker in office, but like you could never win.
But if you saw them on a debate speech, you would nut tap them and be like, "Get off the
you'd
be like, beat it, nerd.
Your wife's
beat
fat.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Get out of here." And that's what he did. Like I don't know if there was any like other good candidates. But that you just bowl them over. And
are you kidding me? Ted Cruz and his fat wife, they were great candidates.
That's one guy I can't. I don't believe Ted Cruz. Anything about him. Something about him I just don't like.
All right. So moving away from politics, because we always do this. We always get stuck in the ticks, dude. The politics. I want to
politics, but I want to get into the Amy Schumer-Zelensky relationship. We should come back to that.
I really like that. I'm into it.
This may hold up. Imagine she actually does like word for word. She's like, she might hear this and
show us your pecs.
Yeah, no, she's just gonna be like, and then she's gonna turn on the camera and she's like, I have a new Hulu show called Life of Beth.
She's like, you're so hot. He's like, my people are dying.
She's totally gonna drop a promo after talking about the war in Ukraine. That's gonna happen, and that's like the bizarre world with it. But I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Yeah,
I just want to hear what Anthony Jeselnik has to say about Ukraine. He's the guy I go to for my.
Oh, please.
We don't have clean water, and we're running out of food. We're all eating in a calorie deficit. And she's like, wow, you're hot. All right, well,
our hospitals have been bombed. We are worried about it. You know what? That reminds me of my last hospital visit when I got a fucking pap smear. Am I right, girls? What?
Dude, 100%, 100,000%. There is going to be at the Oscars some moment where like everyone's going to come out wearing blue and yellow and being like, yes, this is, and it's going to be so cringy and so performative, and I'm going to hate it because I'm not going to be watching. I used to watch. I don't anymore.
I don't know one movie that's. I haven't watched a movie.
I only know Dune. That's the only one.
Dune, King Richard. I saw West Side Story. I didn't see the one with Power of the Dog on Netflix. The good thing is most of the movies that are nominated are on HBO Max, which you can watch at home, and Netflix, which is great. Mm-hmm. But anyway, dude, I want to get back into drinking stories, dude, from Chicago. I know you are. Well, dude, you are. I've drank with you a few times. I feel like you drink a lot, but you never get like drunk.
Yeah.
And even if you are, I can't tell. I can't tell.
I'm a good drunk.
I mean, I am. I know Mike has told me.
Those are the guys who can survive in the drinking game, like know, because no one knows where you could be. Guys like that. Sometimes they'll be like, dude, I was blacked out last night. I'm like, you were making perfect sense. Like, if I black out, everybody knows I'm blacked out.
Yeah, I mean, any listener of this podcast knows that Mike was a not great drinker.
No, I was I had no respect for alcohol or any, like...
yourself,
yeah,
people.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Like, I would never... Someone told me, like, years later, like, yeah, you're supposed to drink a little bit of water. Like, if you're drinking hard alcohol night, I'm like, how come no one told me that? Just swigging Red Bull and vodkas.
Yeah. No, I was drunk Thursday with you.
Your lady friend said, she was like, Adam's very drunk right now. And I was like, I couldn't tell, dude.
I was drinking Makers all night.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I'm lucky that I'm like a golden retriever drunk. You
got that like fireman look mustache where you're like, I've been drinking for 5 years.
Yeah.
Straight, no breaks.
Yeah. No, I can. That's the one good thing is like I can kind of hold it down.
As you burp into the microphone.
Oh no, that was just a weird noise. But yeah, I'll do that later for sure. No, I actually don't. And like you said, I was like, it's sort of boring. I was like, I don't really have too many crazy ones. I was like, it was more so maybe in like the college days that I did.
Yeah, I was going to say,
just because,
start in high school drinking?
No. No, I was straight laced in high school. I was a basketball player.
Oh, nice.
And when you live in a place like Moline, it's everybody knows everybody's business, right? And like things, so there would be some like volleyball player or somebody from the baseball team. If they got caught at a party or something, a keg or, smoking weed or anything. I mean, yeah, it would literally be in the paper, and and the athletic director would suspend you or that sort of thing, and then you'd be, shame belled Game of Thrones style in the town for a while.
Was it a super religious town? Is that the Bible Belt?
Yeah, not Bible Belt, but there's definitely a fairly religious faction there for sure. There's a big thing, where at the high school where they always try to get you into like a thing called Young Life, and Young Life is just sort of a halfway house until you become full blown
I'm literally picturing your town as the town from Footloose, and just like no dancing, no alcohol, just sports and church. That's it.
We used to just put a metronome and just try to step dance to that.
As crazy as that movie seemed, but like now when you see people twerking, you're like, maybe they were right. Like, it isn't a dance move if you can get pregnant on the dance floor with it.
But now it's
right?
the teachers twerking. It's not the like when I was.
Oh yeah, it's like nurses. It's like nurses twerking in between
in between
battles.
COVID patients.
Yeah, all the fears of Footloose have come to light.
Absolutely,
where it is the devil in the music.
I always say that it's kind of like if you went into the 70s, it'd be some drunk old Irish guy telling you like, because women got the right to vote, he goes, in 20 years, and all the things he would have said, you'd be like, this guy's such an ignorant idiot. It's like word for word it came true.
So you were a big college. Where'd you go to college?
Iowa. University of Iowa.
Dude. I knew that because we were watching the games, and Iowa just won. Congratulations.
No, we just lost.
Oh, today?
No.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
no, we lost in the first round. But no, appreciate it. Won the Big Ten tourney, but, doesn't hurt.
It's the only one that counts is the madness, dude.
No, we had, when I went there,
cool, dude.
It was
Iowa.
It was 19 to get in the bars in Iowa.
No way.
And there was 54.
Really?
So, a lot of those campuses, they're spread out, right? And you got to take the bus to maybe like if you're on like a Big Ten campus, SEC campus, like any of those major college school. Iowa's built basically right around a river, and with that they almost have they have a pedestrian mall, and with that huge walkway, restaurants, all that sort of thing. And when I was freshman there was 54 bars and 8 blocks.
Dude.
Wow.
54 bars and 8 blocks.
How many people at Iowa?
I think it's like 30 and then 30,000 and then whatever grad school. Whatever grad school.
Dude, that's as big as the town you grew up in. 45,000.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And so it was nuts. Wow. And then I hit like every one of those bars, and it was funny. So it was like you didn't even have to have a fake ID when you're 19.
Yeah.
Because they'd give you like the underage bracelet, but then you just had friends that were 21 or somebody at the bar, and they would buy you a drink, and you whatever, do that. Yeah. But there were so many times where you'd be drinking in the dorms, you'd be drinking whatever, and they had a thing called Hawkeye vodka, and it was literally a handle of vodka, squeeze bottle. And it was so bad that you had to put it through a Brita filter. Oh. Just so that you didn't feel like you were drinking gasoline at that point. Dude. And you would just do that. And freshman year, again, I was coming from like not drinking to like the most drinking ever at Iowa. And, I had other friends that were similar situations, were athletes, and then, went cold turkey and then kind of just went to college. And what happens at Iowa is you literally just wake up like a werewolf somewhere else, Like I had so many people just being like, I woke up in the alley behind Papa John's.
Jeez.
I know.
I love that. My college baby.
My good friend. Like I remember being in different dorm rooms and waking up on the floor. And my buddies, they were the absolute worst. We would call them just like the destructive twins. They weren't even twins, but what happened is they would drink and then they would get together like a couple minions, and then say that you'd be walking around, and if you had an open garage, they would go and just take your toaster and just throw it off the highest building possible. Like they were.
That's so funny.
Like
dude.
like just rom tomfoolery. They would just find whatever. They would find a potted plant, and they would just take it. And they would just go to the top of like a hill or something, and they would just break it.
That's good old fun, dude. That's good old innocent fun. Just stealing something innocuous and breaking it.
I mean, we really had just like cute drinking stuff where it wasn't like, people dying from, drinking or that sort of thing.
Were you in a frat?
No.
What were the games like, dude? Football games, I bet, were super cool.
They're incredible. They're incredible. Yeah, it's so rough because when I was there, Iowa was a 500 team.
Yeah,
and before they used to be ranked top 25, and this time they were always just breaking even. And so we always had to be put at the 11 a.m. game.
Oof.
And so when you even going to an 11 o'clock game is rough, right? So to tailgate for that game,
Yeah, you're what 8 a.m.
Yeah.
you're looking
Right?
at 6-7 o'clock.
I
you
love
know,
that,
'cause
dude.
you're
I
doing-
love that.
So we had to do what was called kegs and eggs.
We did that in Albany
Kegs
all
and-
the time
kegs
for
and
St.
eggs.
Patty's Day. It was kegs and eggs.
Kegs and eggs.
First drink by 8 a.m.
And nothing makes you want to vomit more than going out that Friday, and then Saturday you got to wake up and the first thing you have is foamy Busch Light and then overcooked or undercooked.
Dude, I'll tell you, the only time in college that I would go to bed early, it was never for final exams. It was never for like a rugby game the next day. The only time I went to bed early was the Friday before Saturday kegs and eggs for St. Patty's
Kegs and
Day.
eggs.
That's it.
It's so gross.
That's
I
it.
don't know why they didn't make pancakes or something more
I
savory.
love it.
Yeah, that would soak the booze up.
Eggs, just being like, hey, you know, like when you get sick and you like burp and it smells like sulfur, be like, let's start that out in like the beginning of the day. That's what it just be like. Let's do a shot of sulfur right now. Like that's what it was basically saying. And I don't understand. And also too, it's funny because it's like, look, I like beer, but it's just like I don't want that to be the first thing I drink in the day, right? I hated Bloody Marys because I had the palate of a 19-year-old.
Love a Bloody.
And I hated what is it, the champagne and orange juice. I didn't like that either, you know?
Yeah. Mimosas? No?
Yeah, I'm not a huge. And those were the only
Big
two
fan.
drinks, and then it was beer. Like and then it's like, okay, or do you want to do like a shot of like whiskey? You know, first thing.
Yeah,
So you do beer. You know?
Did I tell you
If
when
they
I
had
went?
if they had these things, I'd be in heaven.
That would
to,
be
like, start out with.
seltzers have changed the game for everything. When I was tell you, I flew to Miami a couple months ago, and I took an 8 a.m. flight, and I made friends. I think I talked about this on the pod a couple weeks ago. Made friends with this lady at the bar. We were hanging out, and they didn't have seltzers, so I had a Makers on the Rocks at 8 a.m. for my flight.
Oh my god!
I wasn't gonna drink, and then we were hanging out, we were talking, and she's like, "Are you getting a drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And it was great. I got on the flight. We both got like drunk. The plane got delayed. I was like, I'm sitting there. I'm like way far up, and I like passed out on the flight. I was like, this is great. We landed, kept drinking, dude. That's what you got to do. But yeah, an early whiskey is never good.
No, you're like, you know what I need at 8 a.m. Opinions. Like that, because once you drink, you don't just like, I'm just gonna like quiet down. No, you're just like, no, I'm gonna like say some outlandish stuff, and especially like whiskey, that's just gonna like really crank up whatever you were thinking, ruminating about, or not even. But all of a sudden, you're a genius about whatever sort of topic of the day, and you're gonna speak.
Yeah, Eastern Ukrainian politics.
And I solved it. And you know what? I was just thinking we should have like a Ukrainian seltzer to like raise money for the people over there.
I believe what you just said is already in the works.
You know, I mean, like that's, if you really want to do it, if you really want to have, sort of TikTok stars, IG stars, like really sort of help out, like that's the only thing that you could kind of get them to be on board with, you know.
Michael, do you have any fun, innocent stories from when you were drinking about?
I feel like you got dark
stealing
stories.
a fun toaster
I was
and throwing
kind of
it
a
off
fun. I was super fun until a certain point. Like I remember, this is how I describe this type of drunk I was. Like people would say, "Dude, I remember you last night. We were talking. You were fine. You came out of that bathroom black. Like it would hit me all of a sudden. It's like you came out of the bathroom. You were blacked out. So I went on a plane and I'm drinking with my buddy. I think we're drinking like Makers, whatever. And this is the type of guy, like we paid them. We seemed like gentlemen at first. So we gave her like $20 and we got like 2 drinks. Instead of 1 at a time, we're getting 2. Fine. Then at one point, it all hits. And then I'm smoking in the bathroom. And I get out and I'm just like, hey, I don't even give it. I'm just sitting there.
This is cigarettes, not vapes, dude.
No, cigarettes. And the lady comes down the aisle. She's like, sir, excuse me. Were you just smoking in the bathroom? I'm like
a dive bar.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? I was like, and I didn't have anything to say. I didn't even answer. I just made like a face, and then I just totally blacked out. That would happen a lot. Like the bouncer would be like, they'd see my buddy, and they'd look at me, and they go, all right, we'll let him in. And immediately, every time that would happen, I would go in. Like one time, I ordered like 4 drinks, chug them, projectile vomit all over the like table I'm at.
I didn't know you switched location. I thought you were so drunk. You're like, this bouncer.
There's a bouncer on the plane.
I was like, you must have been drunk. Like, leave me alone, bouncer.
Yeah, it was just total abuse.
You need to see my ID.
What, I can't smoke here? I'll go outside.
If they made a video of me, they're like, this is this is like not how to. This is how you abuse alcohol. The way I would drink,
Yeah.
Like the first time I had what are those called? Long Island iced teas. It was at brunch. I never drank at brunch.
Yeah.
And someone's like, "You ever had a Long Island iced tea?" I'm like, "No." And I just texted him like, "This is great." I had I blacked out at brunch. I had like 6 Long Island iced teas. Drank them in like under an hour. And then I'm just lost in the city of Boston. Like homeless people they won't even talk to me at that point. They're like, get away from that guy. That was the type of shit. When you ever get real, I don't know how bad you guys drink. You get real drunk somewhere, and then you're totally lost from your friends group.
Yeah.
And you're like talking to other friend group, and everyone's worried about you.
That's my vibe. I love making friends when I drink.
Yeah, but it's not. Mine is more like.
I was gonna say yeah. Yours more like you're a cast out. Ours. Yeah, we just got more like Midwest friendship.
Friends.
Yeah,
I'm making enemies like all around.
Yeah, I'm making friends. You're just one by one, just turning the whole bar against
you. You have homeless people, literally, as you just said, just being like, look out for that guy.
Taking nitrous.
It's made a lot of bad
doing
choices.
Nitrous hits in the day, just like openly on a sidewalk.
Yeah, you're doing nitrous hits like I'm doing a jewel pod.
Yeah, not cool. And a lot of people don't know what nitrous is, so they think they're like, dude, why is that guy just sucking on a whipped cream can?
Yeah. I would just be like, what is going on with it?
At 9 a.m., people are going to work.
This guy loves demons at 9 a.m.
Dude, I actually have. I just remember this. We got a DM on the Seattle Town Hall Instagram account. Someone who knows you said they were like, ask Mike to tell the story. I just remembered it about you getting drunk and being hungover and hiding in the closet from your dad.
Oh, because all right, I had to work all the time. Obviously.
Okay. Was this high school? This was just a random
this
DM.
Was high school. Like I had to work like in the summers. I think it was like 6 days a week. So
roofing?
Dude, No, painting. So we'd get so drunk every night, like every night of the week. And sometimes I just like couldn't go to work. So I would just go in my closet, close the doors, and then my dad would come in and you just hear him screaming, where is he? Where is he? And I'd just be hiding, sleeping in my closet drunk. It's pretty shameful now that you think about it. Like I had a blanket and a pillow in there.
That's so great.
That's so funny.
I've had that happen. I actually, that just sort of reminds me of when I was living in Columbus, Ohio. Right when I graduated Iowa, I moved in with my brother and sister-in-law, and they just had like a 1-bedroom. And I just stayed with them for a couple months, and sure enough, they had, they left out of town, but I was allowed to like have some people over from work that, we worked at a country club. We all got blitzed, margaritas, like those stupid like huge drinks like out of the tropical drinks.
They sell them by like the foot.
They're called the yards. The yards.
Exactly. So there was a mall right across the way. So it was the place called Adobe Gillas. It's a chain like Mexican, right? But it's basically where people just do shots and drink tropical drinks in huge tube form. And so we just did that with a bunch of coworkers and then went back, and I just woke up in just pure darkness, right? And I was just like, like when you're hammered, you're just like, I felt like I'd almost died, right? And I was just like, where? And I just start feeling around, and like, you don't recognize where you are, what's going on. And I just start yelling out, help, help. And then I was like, all right. And so then I just start crawling, and like, I just hit a wall, but I was like, I don't feel like a doorknob and so then I just like keep feeling, and I just feel like I'm trapped in my brother and sister they have the largest master closet of all time. So I'm just taking down clothes, trying to find the doorknob to get out. I'm like basically scratching, help. And then, no one's helping me because everyone else is hammered and they're passed out in the apartment. And it's probably 3 a.m., 4 a.m., right? And just finally you open the door, and I'm basically just like crying, just being
God.
like,
I thought that was going a whole different way. I thought that was going to end in a Criminal Minds episode.
No,
trapped in a basement.
No, but it's just so funny of like how you drink so much that you end up passing out. Like you said, in your closet, like where.
Yeah, it's like hiding stuff in your. You ever do that when you're real drunk?
Yeah.
You like hide either money or drugs, and like later on you like put on like some wedding shoes.
But okay.
Dude, that's the difference, Mike. That's the difference between you and I. You're hiding money and drugs. I would hide snacks.
Yeah,
I'll hide I'll be like, oh, there's a bag of chips that I'm gonna put in my bed for later.
When I used to have roommates, I'd be
like,
maybe
my mom did find like 6 or 7 discharged whipped cream cans in my closet one time, and like She wasn't even suspicious of drug use. She's just like, what the hell's going on? I was like, yeah, we had some boys had some ice cream sundaes. I was like, it's just so bizarre.
She's like, but all the cream's still here.
Yeah.
Like,
and it just leaks out.
She's like, it just leaks. There's nothing that works here.
Yeah, Mom, it was chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. We had a boys' night.
The only one I've ever heard that had I had like a nitrous.
And you're like, this is also sugar that's on the table as well, just in lines. That's you just scrape it over and then you lace the.
I had like a nitrous problem when I drank. And
all those mushrooms, we were having salads also. It was a bunch of leftover mushrooms from.
We went to Chopped earlier and.
Here's how you know you have a problem when you hear Steve-O talking about his thing and like you're really like, oh, okay, we have the same thing going on there with
when you're simpatico with Steve-O.
Even though Steve-O was way worse than I would ever be. I mean, he sniffed AIDS blood with cocaine in it.
What?
You never heard that story?
No.
Dude, something happened. He was like with whoever he was partying with, hookers or whatever, and.
What episode of Jackass was it?
This is in the podcast, dude. And there was blood.
That's definitely how Jackass.
There was coke on the table, but there was also dried blood. So he just chopped it up, snorted it, and found out later that person was HIV positive.
Jesus.
So he
that's
sniffed
dark.
AIDS blood.
I know. I thought I have just like little cute stories. Like that's
sometimes we would get drunk in college and throw toasters over the wall.
Yeah, they had toasters. Like I said, just little cute things.
Or light a dumpster on fire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hadn't done that, but
I had a buddy who did that for for years. Yeah. He didn't admit it to it. That was the whole thing. Someone found him. I think I told this before. We used to check out the police report after the weekend because we knew we're like, oh, that was us, that was our other buddies, and then there was these dumpster fires, and we're like, dude, we knew everyone in our. We're like, dude, who's doing these dumpster fires? And someone checked the route, and they go, yo, that's Jake's walk home, and we had to confront him. Like we confronted him before the party. Yeah. We're like, bro, are you lighting dumpsters on fire? He's like, man, shut the fuck up. He's like, you guys are idiots. He's like, you guys are so full of shit. And we got shit-faced that night. And he goes, I want to show you guys something.
Oh, my
I want to bring you somewhere. And he brings us all somewhere. He pulls out, I don't know what he had, some sort of thing soaked in gas.
Accelerant.
He thought it was like a coming out where we're all going to be so excited. And he didn't tell us what he's doing. And he just lights a dumpster on fire in front of it. It goes up immediately. And there's a cop car that we didn't see in that parking lot. The fucking lights go on. And luckily we didn't get arrested. But he had been lighting dumpsters on fire for... It was like a year. So they've replaced the dumpster. Next weekend, burn that dumpster out every weekend.
Jesus.
It's so funny.
Dude, Mike's friends are wild.
I know, with mine just being like, hey, you guys like ding door ditch? And then, then Kerrigan's like, you do arson? Have you ever committed arson?
I was not involved in
Dude,
dumpster
ask
arsons.
Mike has told the story multiple times on the pod, but I love to bring it up. Mike had a friend who was he went to jail because he was blowing up ATM machines.
It's the same guy.
No, it's not, is it?
Of course.
Of course, dude.
Like another time, he's like, hold on a second.
Is he a mastermind? Or is he, where is this guy?
I don't know where he is right now. We're looking for him, but
I'd love to get him on the pod.
like he'd be like, stop. We'd be like coming home from a party in the burbs. Like, hold on a second. He'd like run in the backyard. He just punches through the garage glass, opens the door, and takes a bike. So every weekend, he would just steal a bike, and just joyride it home and then toss it. And then he had a stash, and eventually they found it 16 bikes. He had stashed. I was like, dude, you're stealing kids' bikes
a lot of sad
just
kids.
to get home.
So he's a klepto. He's an arsonist.
Oh yeah, arsonist.
And
what do you
I guess anarchist blowing up ATM machines too.
Yep.
Dude, oh my God. Yeah, that's
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
The trifecta.
Yeah, there you go.
What if he's like a third grade teacher now?
I know, that wouldn't surprise me.
Just so much rage.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that was
No, I mean now we have to, I mean that guy's a Netflix series in itself. Like the ones that I see now are so boring. That guy seems like he's got a whole story to tell.
Oh yeah, they love this guy. I don't know what his stance on Ukraine is. He is Russian, so
Oh, then he's
definitely not getting a Netflix story.
Yeah.
Definitely not for Hollywood.
He's pro Russia, I guess.
He's
I don't know.
He's for the Reds.
A lot of the Russians are pro Ukraine.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot of them are pro Ukraine.
That doesn't surprise me. It's kind of like America. I mean, I'm not pro any of our wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't want Russians dying.
Pro troops. Support the troops, dude.
Support the troops.
Support the troops. Here on Seattle Town Hall, we do support the troops.
Not financially or in any actual way, but we say we do.
say it.
Yeah, that's all
I
that
support
matters.
the troops,
Or
dude.
serving.
That's all the people. That's all that matters.
Dude, you know what? Stand or kneel. I'm going to put my hand on my heart for the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
And we're going to take our hat off.
Did you ever do the Pledge of Allegiance in school?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
We did it right before prayer.
That's illegal now, right?
The Pledge of Allegiance?
I think so.
No.
No?
No.
I thought they banned that in
I
public
don't think
school.
so. Why would it be banned?
Because it says God, and they're like anti-God at school.
Some
You
people
can't do
can.
prayer.
Oh, you can't do prayer.
You
Oh,
can
you
do
went to
prayer.
Catholic school.
Yeah, I went to
though.
Catholic school.
So did I. I went to both, but I went to Catholic in the beginning.
Yeah.
I was public school, so I did it raw.
There it is.
You
I went
know.
to public school too.
Yeah.
I like public school.
You know, you had to do the Pledge of Allegiance
Never
every
experienced
day.
it.
So
I don't know if I'd like it now though. It seems a lot different.
Why?
also, too, you're 30.
Yeah. I wish.
Yeah, no. How old do you think Mike is?
I have no idea. 55. I don't know. Irish people, you could be 22. You know.
Well, I quit drinking young, so that's what keeps me
Sprite.
youthful, and I'm small. That's
Yeah.
the key. So, ladies, remember that. Get yourself a small guy. We don't age the same.
Hobbits, dude. That's why they live so long.
Yeah.
I don't have the
Yeah.
hairy feet though. Those feet were disgusting. You ever seen the movie? When you watch it now, you're like, dude, why do they even show? What? Just get rid. Why show that?
Because it's realistic. They have hairy feet because they walk barefoot.
Dude, they're just. I think hobbits are just based on like Irish and English people from the past. That's what they're.
Disgusting toes, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they didn't wear shoes. I always like don't believe that people like didn't wear shoes. Like, I don't think you can survive the winter without shoes on.
If you do it for long enough, you probably could.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think we're wrong.
I mean,
wrong.
we walk around like without gloves on and we survive. Granted, we're not putting them on the ground, but.
I'm sure Dylan knows somebody in CrossFit.
Yeah, I've started doing CrossFit again. I'm feeling a little sore.
Barefoot.
Not gonna lie.
And
Feeling a little sore. But you like
natural.
You like functional fitness, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna be ripped up by summer, dude. I'm gonna be jacked up. I'm thinking about taking Sarms.
What the hell
I
is
don't
that?
know what that is.
It's like steroids light.
Yeah,
Really
I was so foolish.
Really
one
getting
time.
yoked up, dude.
Remember
Okay.
Hugh Jackman
This'll
from
work.
X-Men when he was in X-Men?
Yeah.
I remember watching him tell me how he got that jacked and believe him. He goes, "Yeah, I ate two full salmons a day," and I'm like,
Dude.
"Oh, that's the key." And then I'm like, "Oh no, he's on massive."
Yeah, no, he
human
said
growth hormone.
he said chicken breast, this and that. And I'm like,
like
oh,
broccoli.
yeah. I'm just like, oh yeah, and your head size grows too.
Dude, it is
yeah,
so-
that's amazing how that.
It is
happened.
so insulting looking at actors and celebrities when you
Like
would
a
be
Kumail.
like, follow this guy's workout routine. It's like, you can lose weight. Yeah, but dude, you're not losing 50 pounds of fat, 60 pounds of fat, and then putting on 30 pounds of muscle in 3 months from eating turkey breast.
Well, that's always the funny thing too. That's what I always just look at. I go, all right, if your head size grows 2 sizes, you need to get braces now because all of a sudden now your jaw is significantly larger. You know, Kumail, like all these other people.
Is that really what happens? Your jaw gets bigger? Too?
Yeah, that's why you see people like Barry Bonds, or you see a lot of these Olympians, or these people. You all of a sudden you see them wearing adult braces. It's because they've been on testosterone, and all of a sudden your jaw grows, and so that, yeah. Because,
well, they have
because they already had braces before, so why do they need them again?
Yeah.
Well, they
things
have.
Things are moving, things are shifting, things are growing again.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Well,
and so like
Sarms
and
is,
your feet grow as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Does your penis grow?
No, your balls shrink. Like
Yeah, your
crazy.
balls shrink.
Dude, I heard this in for dick size. They wanted to get bigger. It's someone made a rumor that if you get stung by a bee, it grows, which it probably does because it swells, but it obviously would go back to normal. So all these dudes were stinging themselves with bees,
Putting their penises in beehives.
Yeah, dude.
It's
And,
like-
it's amazing.
What country?
That's a real.
What country?
Probably here.
Okay.
That is the adult version of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, they were asking women like what they think like the average dick size is. It's fucking ridiculous.
What were they
think.
saying?
They're like, like 8-9 inches minimum.
Oh man, that's tiny, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
that's
I was like,
embarrassingly
not
small,
double
bro.
digits? Not double dig?
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's hilarious that it's so tiny, dude.
Oh, it's so funny. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, if your penis is not the size of a baby arm, I mean, what are you even doing?
I mean, at this point,
Bad genetics.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about getting on Sarms. It's like steroids light. It's what all the TikTok guys do. All these like TikTok house guys that got famous, where you see them, they're super skinny and now they're like yoked up, jacked.
Mm-hmm.
They all do, Sarms, dude. It's like a pill. It's just like technically it is steroids. I think it's legal. I have no idea. I'm probably not going to do it. But
I was going to say, yeah, that'll be good for your kidneys. And,
just fucking really get.
I'm getting health advice.
Dude, listen, I do 2 fucking
19-year-olds.
I do 2 Splendas in my, a day in coffees. So like,
that's going to be your downfall.
Splenda?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I'm already doing stuff. Yeah. Everything we eat causes cancer. So it's like,
Yeah.
I eat Splenda. I'll just cut the Splenda out and replace it with Sarms. Get real jacked up.
Hey, Doc. So I got. I said I cut down on the Splenda, but so anyway, my internal organs are not doing so well because of Sarms.
I think my kidneys growing.
My blood pressure is through the roof.
I wonder if that would jack your blood pressure up too.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Why?
Because your blood has to pump all through because you got to feed the muscle, right? You want to get jacked?
Is that how that works? I feel like if you're in shape, if you gain more muscle, your blood pressure decreases because you're healthier.
Yeah, but not because you're on like some sort of artificial stuff.
But you're on artificial
Very possible.
things. You're put. I mean, you see all these guys.
All right, let's call it. It is synthetic. It's not artificial.
Exactly. So
synthetic.
So yeah, because you see people like World's Strongest Man or the bodybuilders or those sort of things. It's just like, okay, so they can take things, human growth hormone, like we said, right?
Yeah.
And they can all of a sudden have the muscles and this and that and the other thing of someone who's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like just superhuman strength, superhuman, jacked, but their heart is exactly the same. Right, but now all of a sudden it has to beat for an irregular body.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Interesting.
And it has to feed. It has to bring blood to those, and now it's being overworked.
And it's about how you're doing it quicker. You're doing it,
and
much
then your
quicker,
blood, your blood is thicker as well. It doesn't,
Well, dude, I think that's good. Thick blood, dude.
No, that's not good.
That's what you want.
That is so not good.
Dude, you want a real thick blood, dude.
Hey,
I want a milkshake blood.
I got that slushy blood.
Yeah,
dude.
Sludge. You need
I'm trying to get that Valvoline.
I don't
blood.
understand. It's be like I've had 12 strokes because of like my thick blood. I don't know why.
Dude, they say it's good to be thick. I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get that Bloody Mary.
Yeah, because my grandma, she just got put on blood thickers. Yeah,
that's a great point. I never thought about that. Blood thinners, dude. No one's getting blood thickers.
Mm-hmm.
That's great, dude. Yeah, I'm trying to get that mayonnaise blood.
Yeah, strawberries and turmeric will thin your blood naturally.
Really?
Yeah, dead serious.
Yeah, Mike, you wouldn't peg him for it, but he's a big naturalist. He's a big health guy.
Thank you for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I had someone the other day.
I have a type.
People's conversations are too filthy. Like I had a friendly guy talking to me the other day, and like as an analogy, he goes, "I would eat mac and cheese out of your butt crack," and I just put my head down. I was like, "Dude, please stop with this."
He said it to you, or just as
I don't know what he was talking about. He meant it in a positive way, but I was like, "Dude, this is just too disgusting of a analogy."
He was saying it about your butt crack or someone else's?
Mine personally, and I was like,
"Why?"
He was saying,
he into you?
No, I don't. I hope not.
I wish you would have just said like, I'd mouth kiss you or something. Like that.
Do you want another?
It's still bad.
No, I'm right here. I'm good.
But like our conversations are our like analogies are so filthy now. Like he was a nice guy. Like he wasn't, an extremely. But he's like, oh, to like get a spot at this club, I would eat mac and cheese out of your butt crack. And I'm just like, dude, that's not going to help you get in at this club. Okay,
dude. Also, any club that's like, hey, if you want to get past here, you're gonna have to lick that guy's butt crack.
No, I loved the comedy scene just being like, so we have a serious Me Too issue, but. I got some instant mac.
Oh man!
How bad do you want a guesty?
Yeah,
a guest spot.
Oh God! Imagine if you did all that and you only got a guest spot. What a brutal fucking trade that would be.
It's a hard business.
You said you got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, we're an hour.
Yeah,
we could wrap if you want. Yeah, we usually do about an hour.
Okay.
Sometimes a little more. Sometimes
any
a little
plugging
less,
you need to do shows.
Yeah. How do you feel? Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Just have to pee. Instagram, Adam Gulley. Follow me. That's pretty much it. I post shows, and I actually have 4 E's at the end of my name.
Okay, wow, yeah.
Yeah, Adam Gulley.
That's like former prior guest Ray Zawadny, who was a friend.
Yeah.
Ray be killing him, He's just like, dude, just make it your name.
Dude, he'd be killing him.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Any shows, anywhere that
like
people can see you?
I advertise there on Instagram, so just follow me on Instagram.
Give him a follow on Instagram, baby.
Yep. Mike T. Kerrigan on Instagram.
At Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And we also got shows coming up. For the diehards who have listened to the end, we are going to be running shows at Old Man Hustle in the Lower East Side. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to post all about it. Every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 2 shows, 7 and 9, starting at the end of the month, baby. So get into it.
Nice.
All right.
Congrats.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next week, baby. Good night.